a minute early. Oh well.
Whatever. How y'all doing?
I think
Why do
Las
we
Cruces
always
is
come here? I guess we'll never know.
Well, Los Cruces still have to win a book over in Blake and Cole's chat before he jumps over. So
Oh, well, he left messages earlier then.
Well, I know who's right about
half an hour ago. But so what is everybody up to?
5'10", same as usual.
5'10.5".
about 5'8".
There you go. See, there we go.
Well,
5'10s are kind of a stretch.
Las Cruces.
Nice.
I heard DJ's like what?
3'7".
2.5 feet tall.
Yeah,
5'4". 5'4".
He's a
Probably
pocket.
about
He's a
about
pocket
5'6".
DJ.
Yeah. That's true.
He's not super tall.
Very cool. Jack, you guys send out your thing. I'm ready to fill that sucker out. We need to get that box out the door.
You're very patient, Eddie, with everything in life.
Well, the problem is, I found it. I want to get certain books, other books besides the X-Men. So I went ahead and purchased one of 4 books I want to get. I don't care if just pre-done. I had them years ago, so I spent $150. I wasn't planning on, and then whoopsies. So,
well, my local LCS that I don't love is having a 50% off all back issues this weekend. So nice. I'll probably at least walk over and take a look. Except, okay, they say that, but I'm like, does that include all the big books on the wall? He's like, those are about 20% off. I'm like, okay, so not all back issues, but
back issue bins.
Yeah, I know, but that's not how he actually phrased it in the thing. So
yeah, but it's generally implied.
Yeah, I know. I don't fucking implying. I want accuracy of advertising, Rob.
Oh. Well, you're just in the wrong fucking country.
Yeah.
Oh, so there was no major riot today we're not getting out of comics already. There was no major riot today. All the guys I work with were rooting for something to happen because they're all rednecks. I don't give a fuck. They can see. That's all they want.
Well, there were Nazis outside of Disneyland or whatever, Disney World, whatever.
There's always Nazis outside of Disney.
Well, with actual flags.
Cool DeSantis.
Yeah.
It's called all of fucking Florida.
Yeah. Anyway.
Aren't you guys fun?
Yes, we are. We're old and cranky.
We're a cheerful bunch. Hey, I finally saw Spider-Verse.
No, I haven't seen it.
Neither have
I. You're the only one. I didn't see Flash either. It's not high on my thing.
Flash is not out yet, technically.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
See it on Thursday with all at the DJ Link's private screening.
I thought it's I don't want to spoil Spider-Verse, but it's just like a more grown-up version of the first movie. You know, like the character's older and everything's a little bit darker and everything. What's up, Spidey? It's KBDM.
More flashing.
What's up, KBDM? Jack. Wow.
Yeah, Rob. If you like the flashing animation from the first one, you're gonna love it in the second one.
Well, this is the first time that he's actually gone to public and said something. Yeah. What's his face? Flash? Whatever the hell his name is. I don't know. I've never watched the show.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah. So they're saying
and they go by they them. Just so you know.
It. I don't care. Whatever you guys.
Well.
I just
really not that hard to use preferred.
One second to sit there and say bash people for their beliefs, and then the next second he's right on.
Sorry, they.
The same.
They whatever. I didn't know. I don't pay attention. Sorry.
Well, that's why Taylor was.
Call them by their name. Okay.
Eddie goes by Dick or Dicker.
Yeah, pretty much. When I look at somebody, I call them by their name. I guess I really don't pay attention to that.
Well, then that avoids pronouns, and then you're fine. But like, if you're going to use pronouns, try and use the right ones.
I didn't mean to use a pronoun. I forgot his name. So at the moment I forgot his name,
there you go again.
Their name. Fuck it. Not trying to offend anybody. I just don't know it, so don't worry about it. Transformers. I actually thought about saying that this weekend. Thought about it. But didn't do it either. It's going to do something else. I'll just stuff my foot in my mouth. I really don't.
That's better. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing the Flash. I think it looks fun.
Yeah, it does look kind of out there.
Yeah, I'm going to see it with a bunch of people, and I'm sure a lot of them are going to be super pumped about it because there's a lot of DC people there. Yeah. Well, no, look, I'm excited to see, but the reason I'm excited to see it is all 100%. To see Keaton. It's pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
Now, how much of that is he actually in it? It could be that he's most of his stuff is there in the trailers, and he's a small little piece of this thing.
That's my guess.
It's stunt double and making
and then it's emphasis. Well, the computer animation.
I mean,
a lot of it seems like because you could have very easily be a very small piece of it and be overemphasized in the trailer simply to divert attention.
How bad the show? How bad it is?
Well, and to sell tickets because they know nostalgia sells. So
right, exactly. That dummies like me will go, ooh, I want to see it, and then we're gonna see it and we're like, it's a Flash movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go see it. I'm probably not going to go see it this weekend, but I'll go see it.
We'll see. We're not doing anything this weekend unless the wife wants to go see a movie. So
I'll probably see half of it. I'm sure after having flown all day, either I'm going to be wired and wide awake for it, or I'm going to fall asleep in the fucking chair in the theater.
You should sit next to Mark so we can like elbow you the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
On the note, well, yeah, Jack. I'm waiting for Jack's box to come.
Well, that's the problem with KBDM. Is it because like this is part of the old guard of DC movies? Like James Gunn today said that the first new DC hero is the Blue Beetle. So the Flash might not do shit.
He's going to reset the whole thing, I guess, and we'll end up.
Well, yeah, it could just be that, which is fine. I mean, they probably added some end credit thing just to say, hey, yep, this is, the end of that of all this nonsense. But my guess is you're right, Rob. I'm guessing it won't be a lot of Keaton. It'll be a lot of the new Superwoman instead.
Superwoman. Oh, that's right.
And Batfleck's in it too, so it'll be probably a lot of both of those. But
wait, Batfleck's in there too? I thought they're resetting him too. So.
It's multiverse of madness, Eddie.
Who gives a fuck? Oh, sorry. I mean, it's DC. I don't care. Last thing on my mind is a DC comic book, I guess. Oh,
the actual comics I've generally liked better than Marvel lately, but the movies are a different matter. DC movies have not done much for me.
I kind of.
Oppenheimer does look good. Yeah. That I want to see.
That looks pretty good.
But that one, I should go see in the theater because I know it's gonna be glorious, but it's also 3 hours long, and I have the bladder of a squirrel.
So. Hey, Peacock just got Renfield. You can go watch Renfield.
I don't have Peacock.
Oh, I don't know. I just saw a new movie I haven't seen yet. So I faces a vampire and the Beast playing his
yeah. I still haven't seen the one where he was making fun of himself or whatever.
Oh, that was terrible. I got halfway through it and turned it off. It was terrible. I mean, it was. Oh God, they start doing gunplay and actual, it was not good.
Okay.
I did not enjoy it. I couldn't watch the whole thing. Started watching Boston Legal. It's a show I never watched.
You're so fucking weird, dude.
Random shit just came up. I'm trying to find something to watch.
But you okay?
I know we went from one straight to a different thing. I understand.
Well, you went from one thing to like a 90s
sort of sitcom. 2005 hour-long show.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The spiritual successor to Ally McBeal.
So I found a YouTube channel that's got these called Atomic Age Films or something, and it's got all these serials that they've pieced together into like whole movies. So there's the Flash Gordon serials, all his whole movies, the Captain America serials, the Captain Midnight, Zorro, Green Hornet.
Send me that link, Rob. That's more exciting than Boston Legal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching The Blacklist and I got on a James Spader thing, so I didn't realize he's the same fucking character he plays in The Blacklist he played back then.
James Spader plays the same character in everything he's ever been in.
I don't think I've ever really watched him in anything besides, Blacklist and that.
He was in some high school movies back in the day. He was the creepy dude. He was in some like other shit. Like he's always the fucking.
Yeah, I did like him in the one where Robert Downey Jr. dies at the end. That's all I remember about the movie.
Tropic Thunder.
No. He overdoses on the. It was near the Rat Pack type movies. They were driving him back from. He was driving back from Palm Springs. He dies in the back of the thing. I forgot.
But real question is are any of you going to go see the Barbie movie?
The what?
The Barbie movie.
Oh God, no! I don't even. That doesn't even.
I'm not going to go see it, but it looks kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it'll hit. I'm not sure where it would hit.
I mean, it's not Margot Robbie, and that's all I would say.
That's about your nothing good on it. Okay, on mystery box things, we got Jack's box coming. Did you see what? Okay, what are you guys' thoughts on Bry's Comics box?
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever thought about Bry's Comics or their boxes.
He's putting out a $249 box, 500 of them. There's an AF-15, an Amazing Spider-Man 1 up for grabs, a great giant size X-Men 9.0, and a few others.
500 boxes though.
I think that's what it was. I have to go back and read it. You're guaranteed two 9.8 slabs in it.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
I mean, I'm just being brutally honest that that.
Oh, I know. Like, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'm more looking forward to Jack's, I guess. Jack's box when that comes up. So we'll see. I'm going to sell some Hot Wheels in the next few days. That's my plan, and then minorly working on a mystery box in the background, kind of, but nothing big.
Okay, so it says limited quantities available of the box. Oh, yeah, 499 boxes. Okay.
Yeah. But look at the $75,000. He says $75,000 in prizes.
Oh, I get it. Like AF-15 CGC 10. That's great. ASM 1 CGC 40. Giant Size X-Men 90. Marvel Previews 95 9.8. Who cares? ASM 252 98 newsstand. ASM 300 90. Who gives a shit? And then 19 boxes will include the rarest Delato variant in history, which is just going to be some bullshit exclusive they've come up with of 19 covers. Probably, so like you're looking at, and you're guaranteed 2 slabs each. Sure. 26 of them. One's gonna be either Amazing ASM 26, which is Bry's Comics Edition, so it's their own bullshit by Gabriel Delato, and 19 of them are gonna get the Virgin, and then the trade dress. Yeah, I mean and then COA, and then there's another Delato. There's 2 Delatos. Now fuck that, man. This is a
okay. This is junk. Okay, I was trying to read what else is in the box. Is it just 2 slabs? I was trying to read, and then how he was giving away the big prizes seemed like he wasn't putting them in the boxes. They're going to be randomly given out later. And I'm like, that's what it kind of seemed like. So I'm like,
well, this is their logic too. This will be the rarest Delato variant ever offered. The ASM 6 Amazing Spider-Man 667 1 in 100 that sells for around $40,000.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, my ass.
Okay. I was just trying to see what the rest of I tried to look and see what the rest of the box had in it, and I couldn't get a read. I didn't go on his website yet. That's all I
mean, I just Googled it while we're doing this because we need content, Eddie, and otherwise we're just talking about.
I know. That's what I'm asking. How the winners are drawn.
I don't know. What do you think of it, Rob? Like, what would you buy? I mean, I know the grand prizes are great, but you're like 1 in 500 odds. So.
Yeah, no,
actually 6 and 5.
It's just buying a lottery ticket, and that's an expensive lottery ticket for me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I've decided to. I'm branching out. I'm decided I'm going to add go on a binge.
Well, thanks. Can't spell good. Appreciate it.
getting some new keys to my collection.
Okay. So all right. So that's actually not a horrible way to do it. Is what Eric's saying, but still.
Yeah, he's doing random on it.
It's an expensive fucking raffle, and like most likely you're stuck with it. 2 Delato slabs of junk. So,
well, junk is an opinion.
Junk's sure. Okay, fine. You're not getting $250 out of them. Is my
probably not. But then again, who knows?
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping there'd also be raw books, but it might just be the 2 slabs. You get. I mean, you're guaranteed 2 slabs for each box.
Yeah, so there's probably some raws in there too, just to I'd imagine, but maybe not.
I was just curiosity's sake.
Well, you can blow 250 on it and see, Eddie, and then if you win, then we'll all be like, I'll admit I'm wrong.
Take $250 that you don't have.
I don't have. I'm saving. I'm going for Jack's box.
Spend it. Then that way, if you take $250, you buy this Bry's box that you don't have, in the hopes that maybe you might win something. Meanwhile, Jack will release his box once you've spent that money and you don't have the money.
No. As of right now, I have
any money in order to buy the Jack.
You messes with raw books. Okay, good to know.
I have enough right now to the sales last month at the shop to actually get both of them, but I don't really want to spend my entire.
There you go. Then no.
Yes, I'm not.
That's why I like to be select. I pick some up here and there, and I just like to be selective in what I grab. I like to look for some value boxes lately, and those have been more fun. I mean, I picked up those 2 boxes that were starter packs from Comics Elite that normally they were $75, but they were $25 when they were on special, right? I said for $25, I'll pull the trigger on $8, whatever we got. Each pack only had one book that I particularly cared for, but to me, that I would have paid $25 for that one book, each one of those books. Yeah. So I got my money's worth just from there, let alone
the rest. And if I'm going to gamble, I'm just going to spend $2 and get a Powerball. So
yeah, and that's why I bought the rabbit boxes. The rabbit boxes were 50% off, and I had money off, so I ended up getting.
Well, and like what I like about the Jack B boxes is we're getting value. Someone's going to charity, and it's a seller I've met and stuff too, and stuff. And I know, I can bet with him on football, and even if he loses.
Yeah, I'm looking at what he has in there right now. He's showing a slab in one of the boxes.
Yeah, it's like they're looking pretty good.
I thought he was going for Raws, but I love slabs. But either way, yeah.
But I wouldn't do a 1 in 500 box like that. That's just.
I do my little $30. I do my lottery ticket every month, so I do that. It's just Box Heroes, and I do that one. But this time they've actually got, I think, whatever the main prize is for Box Heroes. They also have 3 copies of Spider-Man 300 in this next one.
And the problem with Box Heroes is you don't know how many boxes they sell. They'll sell as many as they can.
No, they actually say. They're saying how many per this time.
Oh, okay.
Some will, depending how much I think.
But still, you're right. It's a better $30. That's much,
39
much
shipped.
Better.
So depending on, I figured what the hell, and it is shitty books normally anyway. It's fun to make fun of, and I can use the Mylar. That's.
That's kind of how a lot of us got into it with those monthly boxes or the Comic-Con boxes or the shot at a bigger book, which I get. It's just
I have 1, 2, or 3 slabs from Box Heroes in the past. I haven't won anything in years, but you can tell them. Like I said, you can actually tell the lady, "Please, here's my email address. I want an older box," and they do actually put them together, but they're never anything good.
Well,
1 or 2 good books. Actually, I think I found. I went through and actually priced out that last one. I found like a $20 book in it.
Well, that's not bad then.
Most of the time, I just throw them to the side because I don't know what the hell they are. But I don't know.
They have this thing called Google where you can Google.
Well, yes, I just don't take the time usually and don't care. Because most of the books, if I don't want it, I really don't care about price on it. The rabbit ones are fun. The rabbit boxes, I get.
They're mostly their own variants, right?
It's mainly their own weird variants, and there's some weird ass fucking variants.
Well,
it's all just books. It's a lot of the books I'd never even. They're all mainly third. They're not Marvel or DC. They're the weird ones, some Image, mainly, Rabbit, what's that one? The bunny and that kind of crap. It's stuff I never see here or buy, but the covers are cool.
You know what's gotten really crazy out of hand? You know what really grinds my gears?
Here we go.
So, there was, when we started this pandemic game, right? We were all at home, right? There was the launch of 1 billion freaking exclusive variants. and then so there was this massive modern variant game that came on. And it took a while, but now DC has become their own variant king. It's like most of the store exclusives are mostly Marvel, but DC said, no, we're going to fucking do our own. And now it's when you go it's bad enough that there's if you're a Batman guy, that there's 27 Batman titles. But then the main title has 5 covers every week now, not counting incentives. And then Detective Comics has 3 or 4 covers, not counting the incentives. And then they throw in a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 and a 1 in 100. And it's dude.
I think all their titles have at least an A and a B.
Well, the A and the B was one thing. That was, but now it's it's been the last several months, it's been A, B, C, D for Batman and stuff. It's they
have to keep up with the Joneses, the Star Wars, and all the variants you get there, Rob. So,
but and I don't know why it is. It irritates the crap out of me because for some reason, part of me goes dude, just get the A cover and be done and walk away. But then but then they're just I really like this art though. Yeah, it's I want that art. And it's oh.
Well, you can always skip the A cover.
I generally don't get them all.
Yeah,
but it's
they are getting. Now
worse. It's $7 for this book, and we're going to release this, or $8 for this book, and
they are getting worse. But.
It's the reason I've been trying those. I like their metal covers, and I haven't got one yet out of their boxes. You have a chance. Even their scratch and dent ones, I think you got a 5% chance of getting a metal cover. But
I've bought from them on Whatnot. They're good sellers. I just haven't done their boxes.
I want to buy from those ones you get, but you got to go Saturday before she goes on. The one chick,
Princess Comic Cans, usually about half hour out before she goes on. So.
Okay, yeah. I also have to. I keep on forgetting.
They're $20, and she'll do 15 of them, and then when they sell it, they're gone. And then they're you get a chance to win a slab. It's not going to be a crazy slab, but they're not bad. And the boxes themselves are pretty good. This week I did it again, and
what'd you get?
It's not here yet, but I got three more Thor books in the 140s. So
nice.
Yeah,
I like I love those old covers. Like I said, I haven't actually been to my comic shop in a month.
And she'll always throw at least one extra book in. If she knows you, especially, she'll try and curate that book to something that you like. So
nice. Can't say much. I was going to do it the last Saturday, but then I decided that since I had made good money and I was doing well, I went ahead and bought Diablo 4, started playing it, and got caught up in that for 5 hours straight, and realized
nice.
It's a lot like Diablo 1 and 2. I mean,
the store variants and the store exclusives. Yeah, you're right, KBM. They're impossible to keep up with now. Honestly, I don't try. I think for me, they've kind of run their course. I was really interested in them during COVID, kind of like Rob said, when you're trapped at home, you're like, oh, cool art. And you get $30 boxes and you get some variants and
and early in the day, some of those exclusives were actually limited runs.
Yeah.
Or, they
even
came, I got a bunch Unknown we used to do, it came with COA saying that there's limited 500 or something copies. And you felt okay, it's really something interesting. Now, they don't have any of that. They're making these runs, and those books are there for ever. It's really just
yeah.
Right.
And I think Whatnot's to blame for a lot of that.
Oh God, Whatnot! Those ones were selling for so high for a while, and they've just.
Well, dumped. I mean, it's just I go on there and scroll, and it just seems like that's all 90% of the comic sellers, all they're doing is selling the same thing as the other 90%, and they're all variant covers, and they're all modern stuff. It's okay, good on you. But
that's why I haven't been on Whatnot in over a year.
Well, when I'm stuck in my cubicle at work, I just kind of flick through it every once in a while.
I said I'm doom scrolling Shortboxed or something.
Yeah.
Or then I had targeted a book. I'm not going to discuss which book yet because I haven't acquired it yet. I don't want to. But
don't jinx it.
I targeted a book that I wanted to get a key, and I'm like, okay, here is one in a good grade. It was a solid, it's a Bronze Age key. It's a mid grade or 7.5, and the seller had it at $500, which was, if you look at over the last 6 months, was a good price. But if you look over the last 2 months, was a little bit high.
Sure.
So I tried to, I threw, hey, you're gonna do 450, decline. You're gonna do 475, decline. Yeah. So no, nothing, no counter, no comment back. No, I can't do it. I already lowered the price or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Nothing. So even though 500 is the lowest I can find it, on eBay or Shortbox or anywhere else right now, I
don't want to buy from that seller.
I refuse to buy it because you didn't even. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction.
Yeah,
of
being right.
of just quickly declining and not even responding or something. It's I'm oh, what is wrong with me? That's just so. It's so. But it is. I have it marked. And to be perfectly honest, is if I come back from Heroes and I don't pick this book up there. I probably will because I'd be happy to pay 500 at Heroes because I'll be paying 500. I won't be paying sales tax.
Shipping and sales.
Don't worry about it.
Well, the shipping I don't even care about as much because I have a code that will for Shortbox that'll negate the shipping cost.
Yeah.
But the sales tax.
Yeah.
I live in California. I got to pay California sales tax.
Yeah.
It's almost 10%. So,
well, plus if you can find it at Heroes, you can see it in person and see the condition and everything else.
Well, this is
it's graded,
it's a graded book. So I mean,
Yeah.
But more importantly, it becomes that's an extra $50.
Yeah,
that you're paying for the book. So now I'm trying to ask for $450. It's because I want to walk out the door paying about $500.
I get it.
So I don't know. We'll see. I got like four different keys that I've targeted for. Well, no, I'm not planning on walking out with them. Not necessarily walking away with all of them. Just like ones that I'm making sure I'm familiarized with them and what the price points are at on them. So because they're particular of interest where I think I want to pick up and add to my collection. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, where do these things go at? And so that way I'm familiar and can do something.
Yeah.
And I might bring a couple. I'm debating bringing a couple slabs with me to potentially trade. Use as trade bait or in a deal, especially for a bigger one.
I got nostalgic the other day, and that's where I spent the $150, and I think I got a good deal. I don't know, when I first started doing a lot of comic shows and things like that, used to love the first, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books 1 through 4, right?
Yeah.
And I have 1 through 4, I think. Well, I have 1 through 30 or 40, but they're all, second, third, fourth prints. And I got these back in the 90s. I mean, back 80s. I don't know what it was, whatever, 30 years ago. And so now I just got bored, started looking. I picked up a number 4, 7.5 graded for like $120 plus shipping. I started looking. The prices on those first prints are coming down pretty good. Maybe not number 1, but 2, 3, and 4 in the Raphael book. Stuff I had back 30 years ago that I no longer have. I'm kind of going back on. I put a random bid, didn't think I'd win because I think the last 6 months on number 4 and the 7.5 was like almost $200. I put $125 on it. Boom! I won it. I said, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, there's some stuff that's down, and then there's a lot of stuff like that on auctions. I think a lot of people, you put something in there. There's a lot of auctions if they don't end on a Sunday or peak time stuff. The other day I did the same thing. Like there was a second appearance of this or second Silver Age appearance of the Spectre that I was like, oh, that's in a high like an 885 was what they're estimated to be, and the bid on it was like $20. I put a bid of 25 on it, and I won it. I had no. I was like, oh, if I get it for 25, I'll be happy, and I am happy. If I didn't get it, I wasn't going to be broken up, and I actually would have been more. I was actually more surprised that I won it than otherwise. But it's like okay.
Same thing with this one. I just love those covers, but I did have a question. If anybody knows about number 3? I think the blue cover. I saw 2 different auctions going for the first book, number 3, and one of them did both 8.5s, but one was like a dark blue, one was a light blue. I'm going, is it a different printing? Nothing on the slab said different printing, but it was really weird. One was like a really vibrant dark blue, and then there was a lighter blue. I knew there were less. It's
hard to tell sometimes. I'm not familiar with those books. I couldn't tell you, but sometimes just the picture, the way people take pictures, makes it difficult to really judge. Because I've had books where I got them, it's like you think it's great or ugly looking, and then you get it, and it's like, oh my god, this thing's brilliant.
I know the print runs on those were really low. I don't know. I know number 1 was only a 3,000 print run.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on those. Like you might be able to if you do a Google, it might be able to tell you variations on printings and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a few of those older sites that'll have ways to tell them apart.
It's always a book back in the day when I was really dealing in comic books at shows and stuff, because I did that with the bulk of my stuff back in, I don't know what year it was. It'd be 91, 92. Whatever it was, it's books I really wanted to go back and get then I just never did that. And like The Crow, that's the kind of stuff we saw around at shows, but we were like, we don't need it now. That's when I sold my Amazing Spider-Man 300 for $30. I thought I got a great deal getting rid of that for $30.
I can kick myself because but I mean, here's the thing: I was young and this is at a bowling alley in fucking Wisconsin, in Appleton, and James O'Barr was there selling original pages for $75 a piece.
Oh wow!
Back in the day, I mean, he was just didn't have money, and it was a sad little show in a side bowling alley. Yeah. And at the time I wasn't super interested in it, and I also didn't have the money either. But it was just, and I wouldn't have known enough to hold on to them or whatever till now. So it is what it is. But
yeah, man, I know. Some dealers don't care. Some dealers are, I've been to some shows where I've seen dealers sitting there, buying and from people and using trades in this exchange as partial payments or whatever. It all depends on whether or not you have something that they think they can move, and B, whether or not it's something that's interesting to them. If I'm not going to bring I'm not going to bring any PGX slabs. I'm not going to bring, I'm not going to bring some mod or something. Actually, I got 2 Golden Age books that I'm thinking of bringing with me that would allow that, are of interest, have interesting art on them that have a broad appeal that, potentially I think would be, some dealer might be interested. And it also depends on what do they want to give? What do they give me in trade? Knowing that in theory, on trade value, I should be able to get closer to market value than if I was selling it to them, where they're going to want to get a better deal.
We'll see. I've not been out. You've never been out to Heroes Con before, have you?
No.
No, obviously me neither.
But there's so many comic vendors that I'm sure there's somebody who's, and if not, that's fine. If I come home with it, I'm only going to bring 2 slabs, and if I end up, and who knows, maybe I end up selling them in the hotel to somebody.
Yeah, you never know.
And if not, I'll take them home with me. I won't be broken up about it.
Yeah. It sounds like it'd be a show that'd be right up my alley. Just a lot of vendors and a lot of stuff, but I just couldn't swing it.
Yeah, I got a couple books that I'm bringing in for getting signed that are mostly, they're not really a couple books that I'm getting signed are for me, because I'm just going, okay. I got some books from some Amazing Spider-Man, early cameo, Carnage stuff that I already had signed by Chris Marinan. So it's okay, I can get 2 other people sign it. I'm going to get these signed as long as I'm at it, and I keep them raw, so no big deal. And then I got a few books that I'm going to get signed that are intended as stuff that I'm going to then put in the pile for C3 to be able to have some, sign like a signed Scotty Young Spider-Man 1 or something, and
makes sense. Sorry, what are you doing there, Eddie? Just
I was trying to find something I was going to show, but I can't find it. No big deal. Not a problem. I'll look for it later. But well, hey, if you go by Target, you can find the new Marvel cards out. They're called Allure, and they're pretty shitty, so don't buy them.
Cards aren't my jam. Cards have never.
I know. It's just they're movie cards this time. Yeah, why? No. Yes, I'm so sorry, Rob. I do cards too.
Cards, Hot Wheels. No wonder you don't have any money, Eddie.
I don't do much Hot Wheels anymore. I don't do a lot of Hot Wheels at all unless I can flip them. That's about it. I buy some of the RLC stuff because I like them, but other than that, it's mainly still just comic books. I buy the stuff I've been buying lately is things I can flip at the shop because I'm making extra money that way.
So it looks like now you're going to be closer to my baseball team than I am.
Why? Oh, it's right. Yeah, you guys are they're moving.
Well, because today I saw that the Vegas, or their state legislature or whatever went ahead and finally approved to give the A's $380 million to.
Yeah, the Tropicana is being bowled over now. They're firing everybody, and they're gonna raise it to the ground.
Huh. Well, everyone on the Packers is now a New York Jet, so football will be interesting this upcoming year. Seriously, half the players from last year and a couple of the coaching staff, they're all Jets now. They're whatever Rodgers wants, we're getting them. So,
jeez. I haven't seen anything. All I know is that Ezekiel Elliott still has 0 teams as far as I understand.
Well, and Darwin Cook's out there now too. The older running backs, they're not getting the premium they're wanting. So
no, and
running backs have been de-emphasized. I mean, because you don't have very few teams have one back that does it. They've got you've got backs by committee. You've got multiple backs.
Very few of them have a long shelf life.
Well, they had two. I mean, the two they had were working pretty well, and I mean, I know Ezekiel could have lowered his thing to keep him, but they decided not to. So,
well, it seemed like for a while until McCaffrey came along, it seemed like the Niners were just like pulling out a new running back every time you turn around. Oh, this guy was an undrafted free agent. Okay, now he goes and he's tears it off for 6 games, and then he gets hurt, and here's another one, and here's another one, and it's like,
well, I mean, I'd argue it's almost more important to have a good O-line than it is a top tier running back.
Well, yeah, if you have a good O-line, then you can.
Then any average running back get past that first line and then just break it for have a chance to break it. I'll take a running back versus a safety downfield, sure, because you can tackle over him.
That may be what we've seen in the game between that and the passing game, and it's definitely changed. So
now the run is just to set up the pass. It's not like there aren't any pound and ground teams, and there aren't teams that'll just have running backs that run for 130 every game because I keep it low scoring. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I figured. I mean, I just like the carry. I like seeing the change in my teams after a while, but I guess they have to. I haven't even.
It'll be interesting because we got a new quarterback, and we're probably one of the youngest teams in the NFL now. So
we don't even know who's going to play quarterback.
Well, there you go.
Who is your quarterback now?
Who, my team or Taylor?
Taylor.
No, Jordan Love.
Don't know.
He was sitting behind Rodgers for 3 years, so. It's the way of the Packers. You draft somebody, 3 years later they start. So we'll see. He said 3 years to sit and learn, but so who knows?
I wouldn't mind going down to Vegas and actually going to a game. That's the nearest place I can go. Just haven't been to a game in years.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Irrelevant from last year who tore it up, and until he got tore up, and now we think he's going to be back in time for the beginning of the season. And because he
young guy get damaged? I didn't follow.
Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
In the playoff game against the Eagles, he tore his UCL in his elbow, and then he had surgery, and he's throwing a football now.
Is his throwing arm?
Yeah. Okay, lightly throwing a football. So the timetable is, if all goes well, he should be able to start practicing or be involved in at least one practice game before the season starts. So they're hoping that he'll be able to start, and they're saying that he's probably he's the anointed starter because he did so well.
Yeah.
But then you've also got the quarterback that you drafted, you traded the future for practically to draft, that's coming off of his injury and spent time this offseason apparently looks really, really good according to all the reports. And then Sam Darnold, who seems to be settling down in training camp with we'll see how it is in preseason and stuff, but he's needed someone to give him attention, but he has all the potential in the world, even if he didn't. So we got, the nice thing is we got 3 low price quarterbacks, and so they've been spending the money everywhere else on the field.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And that's probably the biggest reason why they'll sit there and they want to continue to stick with Purdy, is because not only is he cheap, probably as the last player drafted, but he's also got the longest time left on his rookie contract as well. So
see, the Packers, they broke the bank with Rodgers a couple of years ago, and we're still in the books for a lot of it, even though we got rid of him. So it's like, okay,
no, they
got no fucking money this year, so we'll see. It'll be what it'll be. I know a lot of people are down and they're like hating the fact that Rodgers is now Jet. It's the internet. People are getting mad at everything.
I'm gonna have. By the way, if I disappear for a minute, this means my dinner's here and I have to go grab it. So
whatever.
Late night McDonald's. Late night
McDonald's. Yeah. What is the old man special for McDonald's?
Oh, normally I think this time I'm going with quarter pounder with cheese and a McDouble. I got hungry, said forget the fries. I just wanted meat. My wife, I got home on Tuesdays. I tell you, I'm not cooking because she's not getting home till now. She's working late today, so she's been at work since like 4 a.m. and she's got off at 7.
You get that for that same price for that quarter pounder cheese. You can get a triple cheeseburger. It's the same amount of meat, and you can add lettuce and stuff onto it, and it's actually costs you about $2 less.
It's actually more meat. It's 3/10 of a pound.
Whatever.
It's a quarter.
It's approximately.
Sorry, I worked at McDonald's. I know about everything on the whole line.
So it's approximately the same. And now you can add lettuce and you can add mayonnaise and you can add stuff to it for next to nothing, and you still save $2.
McDonald's burgers don't sound good when they have lettuce and tomato on. Even the McDLT wasn't very good.
I love the McDLT. You're wrong.
Yeah, maybe back
then. I also like their daily double, which is the burger, which is the double cheeseburger, but with lettuce and tomato on it.
I'm with Eddie. No lettuce on a burger. Here's what you put on a burger: tomato. Onions,
meat, red onions,
cheese,
red onions,
grilled onions,
pickled mustard mayo,
grilled
onions, or raw red onions.
Okay, I can do red or white. I'm not that particular.
Red is way better.
I'm not an onion racist.
Okay, Rob. I got some sliced
mayo, mustard, salt, pepper.
Yeah, I got some sliced.
It's got to be American cheese.
Pork belly. What can I do with?
I like extra. I'll tell you American, but I like extra sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
On my burger if I can.
I mean, I'll eat it, but I want the melty, gooey.
You tell me, Rob.
No ketchup, no tomatoes.
No,
that shit's wrong.
And no lettuce because it just warms up.
I don't mind a little bit of lettuce, but I don't want.
It warms up and gets fucking gross.
Unless I'm getting lettuce wrap, but then I have no choice. But okay, Rob, you tell Eddie. Yes.
Yeah.
There you are.
No, I got some sliced pork belly. What can I do with it?
Make bacon.
Fry it.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. When I thought I bought it from Costco, it said pork belly, 2 pieces in a box, and I get home and it's like 2 sliced versions. I wanted to do like a whole. I don't know. I want to do this other thing with it.
You can smoke it and then slice it thin and make bacon out of it.
Yeah, I guess.
There's other things you can do, but I don't do a lot of pork belly, but yeah, I see KB. Extra sharp cheddar. That's right.
Extra sharp cheddar.
I love extra sharp cheddar in every other application.
But good old American
cheese. When I make burgers at home, I'll take the red onion, right? I'll grill it. And I'll put it on top of the patty. Then I'll take that extra sharp cheddar, put it on top of it, so it melts over the onion, encapsulating that onion between the burger and the cheese.
I mean, I get
red onion can be a little bit harsh.
Red onion is best, baby.
It can be a little harsh.
No, American just melts better than anything else. Not if it's like all I really want is the melty gooiness on the
melted gooey American cheese.
I can do melty gooey with cheddar.
Yeah, not really.
I just like real cheese instead of fake cheese.
Yeah, sometimes fake cheese is good.
Any cheese.
Get some nice peppered bacon to go with that. Put that on top of there.
And this is how I know I'm getting old. Like I love bacon. I used to love bacon cheeseburgers. Now I'd rather just have a cheeseburger and bacon on the side.
It depends on the bacon. I don't like floppy bacon on my fucking burger.
God, no, I don't like floppy bacon.
No. If I go to McDonald's or Burger King, I'm not ever ordering a bacon cheeseburger because their bacon is shit. But if I'm making it at home, getting some thick cut bacon or something, some heavy peppered bacon or something, and put that on there, that's hella good with that.
I mean, I won't ever turn it down.
Yeah.
I just don't think a good burger needs it.
Or what I often do is I will get the crumbled bacon and I will mix it into the ground beef while I'm making it. So it's throughout the burger.
We found a breakfast place down in St. George. I know it's not a burger, but still they do candied bacon with a little bit of chili on it. And then
with that combo, but yeah, all right.
Idaho Falls, when we go up there towards the Montana, they've also a bagel place that has basically candied bacon on a stick. It is just
I don't know. You said breakfast place in St. George, and all I think of is Cracker Barrel. That's all I think of.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh yeah, you're not in DJ's chat, are you, Eddie? Because we were talking about Cracker Barrel.
No, I was.
Yeah, I know. We all were.
I responded. I said, look, I understand. It's not great. It's not great. I would never classify anything Denny's. There as great.
It's
better than Denny's. But I love breakfast.
But I told DJ he wouldn't like it because it's full of crackers.
I think the Baconator's a Wendy's burger there, buddy.
Baconator's not bad. Yeah, that would be Wendy's. I can tell. I just looked at my phone, and my wife's on the way home. She went by. She goes to Burger King, and then I'll be back in a minute, guys. You guys have fun.
All right. Yeah,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. I think we're having I don't know, either pizza or fried chicken, one or the other. We'll find out.
I had Pizza Hut pizza today for lunch because it was free at work. So
lunch, I had a Wiener Schnitzel corn dog.
That sounds better, actually. Pizza Hut was okay, but like the best application ever were the personal pan pizzas that you got from reading books back in the day. But,
yeah, I had to go to the bank, and so it was like on the way home. I'm like, what can I stop and get? And I was like, I didn't want to eat a burger because I didn't want the bread and stuff like that. It's like, so I'll eat a corn dog. I can eat that in the car easily without making a mess. And yeah, it's got breading, but it's not as bad as in my mind. I don't know. Probably completely wrong. I didn't look up the nutritional values. Nor did I take a blood sugar reading. So,
probably about once a month, like one of the big pharma sponsors we work with they'll come for a site visit and they'll buy lunch for everybody there. And that's like 95 people. So it's almost always just pizza. Or, because
it's easy. It's easy.
It's easy, and you're not taking individual orders, and you're not dicking around with it. So it's just
it's easy. Yeah, the orders, and it's for the amount of people that you can feed for the price. Everything else becomes. I get it.
So I'm not bitching. I mean, it's either that or I had to go out and figure out something else because I didn't bring any lunch today, or I have to walk over to the cafeteria, which is about high school quality food. So
yeah, that's what we had. Lately Wednesdays, they've been having us come in the office, and they've been doing food trucks. And this time they posted the food truck schedule, and it was like the other day was, most of the schedules are fine, but like tomorrow's scheduled truck is a Korean truck, which
yum.
I'm like, no.
Ooh.
They put an egg over everything, and they don't.
Eggs are bad now.
No, they just don't cook the fucking egg. Practically,
it's
like they wave it past the heat, and so you
end up with some bulgogi though, or some bibimbap. Come on, there, Rob.
Dude, I tried their food. I was not keen on it. I'm like, no. All I know is like, I like next week's truck. I'll be down. I'll be in the office because next week's truck we got Falafel Fresh is the name of the truck, and the dude has a wonderful freaking chicken shawarma.
Nice. See. Runny ass eggs from Cracker Barrel, fine because it's made by crackers. Runny ass eggs.
I order my eggs over medium.
Gotta go to Korean, but you have to have Korean barbecue places nearby, right?
We don't have a ton here, but like they're great when we do have them. What's up, Scott? How you doing, buddy?
You guys have Korean barbecue is some of the best shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm
a fan. We also do happen to have I live pretty damn close to a really good falafel place too. And now Rob's got me thinking like maybe we should just do that for lunch tomorrow. So
I don't think we even have the nearest Korean barbecue would be in Vegas. So, but we got nothing. Yeah, not close to me. But
what is close to you, Scott? Yours, I can tell you just live on a mountain like in the woods where it's like a bunch of traps and guns pointed in every direction. So. That's my imagination of your house, anyways.
Yeah, we're getting
players. Basically, you're like a much less in shape version of Rambo.
See, what I love about Cracker Barrel that I don't care what you guys all talk about. I don't want to talk shit. Those motherfuckers. The only place I can go get breakfast where they got chicken and eggs on the fucking menu.
It's like a mother and daughter combo.
Plenty of places that have that. Denny's does. Denny's does.
Nah, I've never seen it. Never seen any place. Cracker Barrel was the first place I ever seen chicken and eggs.
It always feels wrong getting that kind of thing for me though, because it's eating two generations of the same thing.
Well, which do you eat first, the chicken or the egg?
You put them all together.
The yolks on you. You dip the chicken in the egg.
Yeah, there you go. I would do chicken fried steak and eggs instead.
Oh, love me some chicken fried steak for breakfast too. Yeah, smother that shit in gravy. See,
that's why Denny's does it. IHOP does chicken and eggs.
No, they don't.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel's better than either of those.
IHOP's does not.
I know.
You have to.
My town, three main breakfast places besides the little cafes like American Diner type one.
Yeah,
we have Denny's, IHOP, and a place called it's a barbecue place. There's one in St. George too. I forgot the name of it now, but yeah,
we don't even have a Cracker Barrel near here anymore.
I don't have one either. No. I only go to them when I travel. It's like that's why it's special to me. It's because like I have to travel to go get to them. If I had one around here, I'd probably think down on it like some other people. But
Machine Shed does pretty good breakfast too, but I don't know if they're around anywhere anymore.
No, around here, like for breakfast places. I mean, what's sad is like the IHOPs have almost all shut down. So there's still like 2 IHOPs left near me. And then there's like the Denny's, and I don't care for Denny's breakfast for whatever reason. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not like, oh, hey, let's go out to breakfast at Denny's. Other than that, it's like everything's like down. It's just McDonald's and Burger King and breakfast burritos.
See, I live near a ton of local diners that have really good breakfasts, which is good. So,
yeah, no, most of these places only open in the afternoons and evenings. Actually, I think there's one place that's called Bill and Kathy's. That's a breakfast and lunch only. They don't do dinner. But I'm not and everybody swears by them. I've just never had an opportunity to go there because every time I swing by there, the line is like ridiculous. And I'm not going to someplace for breakfast and having to wait an hour and a half to have a seat.
Yeah, there's a place by me called the Jet Room, which has like really good biscuits and gravy, which is a must for a diner breakfast, and then everything, and they do their eggs well and stuff too, and decent French toast and all that. But they're on the backside of the Madison Airport by the private planes, and so you get to watch all the private airplanes come and take off and land and everything. So it's good when I have my niece and nephews around.
For something to do. I just make my. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, they have $100 burger, which I've not done either. Which is, I'm guessing it's more now, but because it's been a little while since I've been there. But it used to be $100. You buy a burger, and then you get a 45-minute flight on one of the little planes.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
I make nowadays it's like, especially once I got the diagnosis and everything, so I end up making my breakfast most of the time. So I'm always making eggs and something anyways most of the time. So I just assume like most times just make it at home. Although this morning was kind of interesting. Every once in a while I come up with an idea in my head, and I came up with an idea for a new omelet.
All right.
So what I was doing is this morning I had or yesterday for lunch I had cooked some Italian sausages, and I had one left over, so I cut it up and I was threw it in the pan, and I decided let's add a little bit of bacon to it as well. Add some crumbled bacon, and then scrambled some eggs, put it there. And while I'm eating it, I'm like, oh hey, I like the sausage and bacon. It reminds me kind of like pizza. I'm like, you know what would be? I could make a pizza omelet where I chop up some pepperoni, some Italian sausage, some bacon, some onions, and mushrooms, and fold it into omelet, then cover it with drizzle just a light layer of like a pizza sauce type thing over top of it, and slather it with and a bunch of mozzarella all over the top of it to melt on it. I bet I'd
try that. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe if it's not even pizza sauce, maybe you just put some tomato on top of it, right? Because people love tomato on.
Yeah.
Or some people like tomato on their omelets or whatever. Something along that lines. It could be salsa for all you fucking Gary, right? But I think it would be a pretty interesting. There
you go, Rob. You got to just open a diner now.
I have all kinds of things like that I come up with, like shit. We do.
This is the nearest place to eat breakfast, and it's terrible.
That looks like an old Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, just bear with me.
Yeah, it looks like an old Cracker Barrel that they couldn't afford to.
Yeah, seriously, like they couldn't afford the franchise fee anymore.
Now look. Every single thing has got ads on it. This is
that's how you know you're in a quality diner.
I know. You gotta see. It gets worse.
I mean, that's a bad look.
By the way, they had the livestock every Thursday. They've got the livestock sales out.
Hey, that's the best burger you can get from Costco ingredients.
This is the counter.
Yeah.
Look at all the ads they have on the counter alone.
Yeah.
It's the worst food we've had ever. I don't know. It was just.
I'd eat there.
It's definitely just weird.
That almost certainly was an old Cracker Barrel.
We've eaten there twice. Every Thursday they sell the cows and back, so everyone's with all the cows and shit. So
can you buy a cow and have them bring it in for dinner?
No. You at the local thing, there is several companies that will basically bring you a quarter cow, half full pig.
Sure.
If I just don't have a freezer big enough for it, so we do have a few of those places down south. You get Dixie Meats.
I could
George's and bad.
I could get a half cow or quarter cow at a bunch of butchers around here, but I don't have room for it.
That's why I got 2 freezers.
I live in a 600 square foot apartment, Rob.
How big is it again?
Oh, so under 600 feet.
I'm ready though. I got my big barbecue next month. I could use one.
Nice.
Actually, that's been the thing. It's like I've been like, meat's been on sale. I was like, I can't buy it yet. It's too early. Put it in the freezer. Even put it in the freezer, I'll fill up the freezer too fast. I gotta keep room for my normal food. So the only thing that I got so far is I picked up the linguiça because the linguiça place the sausage place I go to had it on special. So I picked up some of that. But when I come back, it'll be real close to time to start thinking about where I'm going looking for sale prices on briskets and pork.
All right, I've got
do you have a business Costco nearby?
We have Costco. So for a while, I used to be able to get into Restaurant Depot because a buddy of mine had a membership, gave me his card. I don't know if his card still works. Then I'm like, feel like I'd be stupid walking in there and have him scan it and go like, oh, you're not.
You guys don't have you don't have a business Costco near you? The other version.
Costco is just Costco.
No, they've got in Vegas. They have what they call it. It's a commercial Costco. It's mainly all restaurant equipment, stuff like that. But their meat area and the frozen meat area is half, full pigs. And that kind of stuff.
That's like Restaurant Depot here.
Yeah, it's like they're a little different. You find everything.
Restaurant Depot, the freezer, they have coat rack hanging up there at the entrance because you walk into the freezer and there's forklifts and shit moving around in the freezer. It's that big.
I'll tell you the name of exactly what it was.
Racks and racks of meat.
Downtown Vegas is where those.
Here's a food question: Have either of you guys had what's called either a tiger meat or a cannibal sandwich?
Nope.
Can't say that I have.
It's a Wisconsin thing, and I guarantee neither of you probably do it. It's rye bread, raw,
I'm out.
Sliced white onions, salt and pepper, and raw ground beef.
Ew.
No, I tapped out at the rye bread, let alone fucking raw.
Yeah, it's a Wisconsin thing. I think it comes over from Germany. It was like a hack pepper or something like that.
Oh,
but like, yeah,
that's just
Costco Business Center. That's what it is.
I don't know. Maybe we do. I've never heard of them. We have a business card version for Costco, but
it uses the regular card. It just in the end.
Raw, let's crucius. Raw. Yeah. It's no, we're not talking rare. We're talking cold out of the
like fucking beef tartare.
Yeah, well, that's fancy. This is kind of white trash food, so we're talking like ground round here. Like, I mean, it's ideally it'd be something where you see the meat being processed, or you process it yourself, so you know what you're in for and stuff. But like, it tends to be grocery store meat, and so.
Yeah, no, you have that with your Malort.
Yeah, the Malort's a little south. That's the Chicago thing. But
yeah, I've heard of that. How bad does that stuff taste?
It tastes like a licking butthole, but then there's no after flavor really. I mean, it doesn't linger, so it's not that bad. You do a shot of it. So.
Yeah, I've only heard of that one.
Licking the asshole of a hooker at the truck stop.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Up in your
there's like the Chicago handshake is a shot of Malort in an old style. So.
I
do not see a Costco Business Center anywhere near San Francisco.
We don't have.
Obviously, you can buy a whole pig.
Yeah, we just have Costco and you have a business card, or else you go to Restaurant Depot.
Yeah, we have Restaurant Depot here, which.
I mean, I remember back in the day at Restaurant Depot, I was able to get, I could go in there and get like prime grade halal briskets for like $2.49 a pound.
Nice, yeah.
Wow.
Or the last time I remember one time I went in there I needed chicken I was getting chicken for the barbecue and stuff too. And it was like, I decided that was the year I decided I was doing boneless, skinless chicken thighs instead of anything else, because it was like 20 pounds for $30 or something like that.
Jesus, or
maybe it was 20 pounds for $20. I don't know what.
Yeah.
It was 40 pounds for $20. That's what.
Holy
it was.
Shit!
I was like, oh, yep, we're doing boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
Yeah, for that price, I would. Yeah. I did I actually cooked yellowfin tuna for my wife the other day, and she liked it.
Nice.
I was kind of surprised.
Oh, we did. I did when the new neighbor moved in next door, which I've now learned. Turns out he's a pastor at the local Baptist church.
All right.
He's not the main pastor, but he's a pastor or assistant or something or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, so no wonder he's such a nice guy. But when he moved in initially, he had all this stuff, and he had like they didn't have their freezers all up and running. So he had some sashimi grade salmon. He comes walking over. He's like, "Hey, you like salmon? You want?" Oh, sure. And in my, I didn't even think what sashimi was because I don't eat sushi. But in my youngest, super into that. It's like, oh, Dad is. So made some. Did some videos, learned how to prep it. How to do it. Had some of it. I was like, okay. I now know that if I had to,
I could survive.
I could eat this. I'm not going to go out of my way to get be a sushi guy like so many people. But I
love it, but for a lot of reasons. I think it tastes really good. Yeah. But it's also like with my gut issues, my stomach can handle most of the ingredients pretty well. So
yeah. We have a few places around here that does pretty good, but
I would not think that sushi would be something that I would look for in a landlocked state.
Have either of you ever seen a documentary called Zero Dreams of Sushi? It's basically about this like 90-year-old dude that like had a 9-seat restaurant in a subway station in Japan, and it was all sushi, and like they had like a couple year long waiting list, and like it was $300 to eat there, and you're eating omakase, which just means at the mercy of the chef. You don't have any choice.
Whatever he gives you,
whatever he gives you, you take and stuff. It's a pretty interesting documentary. It's all about like just like the meditation of life and the ritual of going through. Like the one of the assistants there spent 10 years on the Japanese omelet, learning how to perfect it.
So, is it that one omelet that falls apart? Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's almost like custardy. It's like a custardy thing that sliced up, and
looks incredible.
No, it's not that. It doesn't. It's different. I know what you're talking about, but like it's a worthwhile documentary. I ate at his apprentice's restaurant in Seattle, and it was $150 for the omakase, so it was still no joke. But like, it was great because he paid attention. They paid attention to like because it was all Nigiri or sashimi, so it's all like you eat it with your fingers. You don't use the chopsticks for it, and you just like lightly dip it in the soy. Yeah. And he would pay attention. And after the first round, he was like, he would tell if you were left-handed, he would serve it to you differently because you're eating it, at a different angle and stuff. It just kind of it was a neat experience. It was couldn't afford to do it all the time, but it was just kind of like it was really really quality food, and it was just the whole thing was a couple hour long. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not necessarily into that long a dinner normally and stuff. This was a good one. So. But yeah, it's a good documentary. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if you can still find it anywhere, but
that's where you go to Vegas, where you get all the stuff, all the different foods in Vegas. They have an amazing area of sushi and places like that. I mean, it's just crazy the stuff you can find.
I just go to Japantown here.
Nice.
If I really wanted to.
We have some okay places here.
Well, we're not near enough to the sea.
They fly it in. It's all frozen.
I mean, they fly it in here too, but like we're not top priority for it. Like it's it's not like a volume.
I understand ours is
frozen. A volume where they're fairly high priority on they pay for the extra.
It was kind of nice. The Walmart keeps yellowtail. You get 2 pieces for $10. I just coated it in some stuff and then fried up. Fried about a third of it and
fried
it's half. You dip it in.
There you go. All right. On that note,
we've hit our hour.
Go to bed, buddy.
Okay. Good night, everybody. I might go make the other yellowfin right now. I'm hungry. I just eat the McDonald's. All of it's gone, but I'm still hungry. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Have fun. Later, we're going to beat him saying
goodbye. See y'all next week.
Bye.